Yes, guys, welcome to the Gianni Batici YouTube show. Hope you guys are well. We are live on YouTube reacting to Man City beating Man United in a penalty shootout in the Community Shield. Of course, the game was a 1-1 draw. It went straight to pens, as it should, by the way, especially in pre-season. And City take it. Akanji, who missed his penalty against England in the Euros for Switzerland, scored in the derby after Johnny Evans blazed it over. Guys, thank you all for joining. Hope you're all well. Let's say hello to a few of you that are in. I know a lot of you have been waiting patiently. Will we, poll idea says 87, will we own Smith Rowe? There is a poll running. Will we own Oscar Bobb? Guys, let us know. City lucky to win that. Not a great game, though. Greg says Bobb. And yeah, I would kind of agree with you there, Greg. Like, there's something about the way Oscar Bobb plays that makes me want him in my team. He's so direct. He's got... Do you know what Bobb's got? Bobb has got end product, which a lot of kids, young footballers, especially wide forwards, they just don't have. Like even someone like Doku, who's way more senior than Bobb. Doku doesn't have an end product. Bobb beats his man and finds a cross. And pre-season, he's combined really well with Erling Haaland. Now, for the equaliser today, Bernardo's header, it was a pinpoint Oscar Bobb cross. Now, when we look at the average position map from today's game, we can see, look at Oscar Bobb's average position. Like, he gets penalty area touches. He's often the most advanced man on the pitch. Doku, number 11, equally as advanced. I think he's made that right-hand side his own. And what was really telling, when Bernardo came on, he came on and played centrally. And that's the key to whether Bobb gets a loader start at the start of the season. It's who is playing centrally and who's going to play on the right-hand side. Is Bobb competing with Bernardo Silva? Yes, he is. He's competing for Foden? Yes, he is. But both those players could very easily play centrally. So when we looked at the lineup today, you can see Bobb was on the right, Haaland central, Doku left. It's, as always, City set up 4-3-3. What was interesting about this setup, though, when we look at average position, look at Guardiola, number 24. Not quite high and wide as we saw in years gone at the end of last season. Really interesting there. I'm going to just swap and have a look at Bobb's fixtures, by the way, guys. I want to show you this because I think this is really interesting. He's a 5 million mid. He can be your 8th attacker. And I think he definitely starts the Chelsea game. If he plays well against Chelsea, he starts against Ipswich at home. Now, that is a high ceiling game, guys. If you think he's going to start the Ipswich at home game, he's worth a punt, isn't he? I genuinely think Bobb might be coming into my team. I really do. Bobb links really well with Haaland, as Off Course says. Bobb Rogers or Smith Rowe is a debate. We'll do a poll for that in a minute. Guys, if you are watching, do hit that like button. It massively helps the algorithm. Obviously, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button too. Thanks, guys. Bobb will be straight away benched in game week 3 till Foden Stones Walker comes back. Maybe, but Foden played a lot centrally last year. I'm not so sure. I think Bobb's played his way in. He's been amazing pre-season. When we look at Bobb's numbers pre-season before today, he played 90, 90, 75, 70. No Man City player got more minutes than him. 325 minutes, 90% of their minutes. And in those 4 games, 2 goals. And those games were against like AC Milan, Chelsea, Barcelona. 2 goals, 3 assists. And then another assist again today. That's 6 returns in 5 games for Bobb pre-season. Guys, he's flying. Like, as a United fan, I thought Ahmad was great. Yeah, he really was. And do you know what? Bobb was better first half as well. Cam makes a good point there. Ahmad's another nice 5 million option. But look, let's talk about Bobb in terms of fixtures. They're good. Ipswich, West Ham, Brentford, Arsenal after the Man United game. And the Norwegian bromance is on. It's all about that combination. Holly Shan is in the chat. Hey, Holly, hope you're good. Are you not concerned about him starting with like... Yeah, look, he's an 8th attacker. So you can either go for Harry Winks or you can find an extra 500,000 and put a Bobb or a Rogers or an Ahmad in. Now, I think Bobb's the best of the 5 million lot. But let's have a look. Let's do a poll. I mean, look, most of you are saying, and I completely get this, like, I don't want to sound like propaganda here. I don't want you all to buy Oscar Bobb just because I'm saying I'm buying him. Like, completely, if he's not for you, I get that. And he comes with high risk. Now, 61% of you are saying you're probably not going to buy Bobb. But look, 39% are saying you are, which is really, really interesting. Holly said she just found space with Bobb in her squad. It's the 8th attacker. Exactly that. And then you've got the decision, do you bench and Kunku or Bobb game week 1? And I must admit, that is a bit of a coin toss. Good evening, John. Hello, mate. Hello, Lalex, who won a membership yesterday. Smith Rowe, my team. Smith Rowe scored again today. João Pedro scored again today. Barco looked good today. Loads of eye test scouting, by the way. Guys, if you're not familiar, I've got a new podcast, with Holly. There's a link in the description down below. It's called FPL Green Room. I'm going to be dropping a pod on Monday morning. It's always going to be Monday morning drops. Full eye test report coming on this week's pod. If you like FPL pods, then check out FPL Green Room. Also, all these YouTube shows are also converted into pods. So you can just search Gianni Buttici or FPL Green Room or both and subscribe to all of that jazz. Freddie, hello, mate. Good to see you. Oh, Matthew said FPL Green Room's great. Yeah, Adam, Spotify, iTunes, a lot. The plan for Monday is big eye test report because it's pretty much a preseason report, right? So I'm going to be watching games tomorrow. I'm going to be catching up on some highlights tonight. Already, I can tell you, João Pedro looked great. Smith Rowe looked great. But look, let's talk about Man City, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about the average position map as well. I want to get to this. I'm just going to come back to full screen and then let me show you some Man City stuff, and then we'll look at Man United as well. We've got to spend the first 10 minutes of the stream touching base on what just happened today. Interesting, Oscar Bobb got the minutes. Oscar Bobb definitely has the average position. Like, there's a lot to like there. He's not even that wide. Like, when you're looking at a right winger, like Doku is wider than Bobb. Bobb gets a lot of infield touches and he's got 2 feet as well. He likes to cut in on that left hand. Thank you, Offcore. Yeah, you're quite right. Do hit the like button and also subscribe if you're new around here. Longstaff got a couple. Joe Linton's massive for Newcastle. He's back. Played really well yesterday. Gordon and Isak were great. Let's stay on track though, Gianni. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm going to give some more roundups in a minute. Man United, Bruno played up front. Like, you see this on the One Football app and you go, oh, was Bruno actually up front? Or was Rashford up front? Or let me show you the average position map. Bruno, central, played as a false 9. Don't know if it worked. He moved out for the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. A bit of a disjointed average position when you look at Man United there. What's interesting, though, is Bruno's still a good option. When we look at the numbers from the game, City did dominate the ball, as you'd expect, 55. In terms of corners, they had a few more. A little bit better in terms of the numbers. When we look at shots, United actually had more shots on target. There wasn't a shot on target till like the 75th minute. The total shots, City did have a couple more, well, 9 to 8. It was a preseason game, but City did hit the post early. And if that goes in, you go, oh, this could be a wide open game. I still looked at City today with so many men to come back into the team, like De Bruyne and Foden and Walker and Stones, and went, oh, they're going to be good game week 1. They're going to be really good game week 1 against Chelsea. And I look at these fixtures and go, they're going to score goals against Chelsea. They could blow Ipswich away. That could be massive. West Ham away is nice. Brentford at home is nice. When we take the first 4 games, I think we see goals. And if we see goals, yes, we're going to have Haaland captain game week 2. Yes, we're going to have Haaland captain game week 4. We might have Haaland captain game week 3 or even 1. But is Haaland alone enough? I think I look at this and go, I want Bobb. Now, if Bobb's an 8th attacker and he's your first sub, each week, you don't have to bench him. For example, when Bobb plays Ipswich, if we think he's a starter, if we think he's starting, we might get an indication. Then you're going to start Bobb over, I don't know, maybe over, I don't know, Anthony Gordon, whatever. You're going to start Bobb at home to Ipswich. 60% of you in the poll have voted. Let's do another poll, shall we? Thank you guys all for voting. 60% won't have Bobb, but 40% now are looking at him. His ownership is currently 1.6%. It's going to skyrocket, guys. It's going to skyrocket. Let's end that poll then, shall we? And let's do another one. In terms of ideas for the poll, guys, get your ideas in for the next poll, and your wish will be my command. So let me know what you fancy in terms of a poll. I think we could probably stick on track with... I think we probably stick on track, do we? And go for budget mids. Who's the best one? I think we do. Like, we can go for 5.5 up to 5, can't we? So we can poll 5 to 5.5. So if we're doing a poll, Oh no, start a Q&A. What have I done? What's a Q&A? Start a poll. Best budget mid. I think Minty has to be part of the discussion. No one's talking about him. Emil Smith-Rowe, Bobb, and then I think we go Rodgers. They're the 4. Get voting, guys. Get voting. Elliot. Do you know what? I'm doing a new poll because Gucci said so. Gucci, one of my Ultras members, you said it yesterday. You're quite right. Best budget mid. We're not going to do Rodgers. We're going to do Elliot. We're going to do Emil Smith-Rowe. We're going to do Minte because no one's talking about, we're not talking about him enough. And we're going to do Bobb. Now, remember, Bobb is 5.0. Minte is 5.5, I think. Smith-Rowe is 5.5. And I think Elliot is 5.5, isn't he? Have I got that right? Let me just check Minte's price. I don't even know the pronunciation on it. I think it's Minty. Minte? Sound like a Mancunian, don't I? Minte. Do you play for City? Minte. Sorry, why can't I see Minty on the... Oh, he's on page 2, isn't he? So many players, Brighton. Yeah, 5.5. Roger's still the best, says Joseph. Yes, great shout. Top 2 go through off core. All right, well, we're going to think of another 4. Start thinking of another 4. We've got 1. Murphy, yes. Is Murphy 5.5? Let me know in the chat. Top 2 go through. That's exactly what we'll do. Great shout, off core. This is what we're going to do, guys. Off core's absolutely called it. Why no love for Murphy? Look, we'll put Murphy and Rodgers in the next poll. I don't play Football Manager. No, I never have. Nothing against it. Maybe I will one day. Guys, if you're just tuning in, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. I know from the law of YouTube analytics, about 30, 40, maybe even 50% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. Firstly, if you want to add to the chat, come and join the chat. You've got to subscribe to do so. And secondly, if you are watching and you're just lurking and watching and enjoying the show, amazing. But please do consider hitting subscribe. I've got some awesome content planned this week. You don't want to miss the content I've got planned. Diaz, that's a great shout. Yeah, we'll definitely put Brett and Diaz in, Freddie. And yeah, we can do Ahmad. Gibbs White is 6.5. So's Bailey. So we're not going to go into the 6.5 bracket. You got to start with the 5. Yeah, Tony says smash the like. Yeah, you know the drill, guys. You know the drill. How many likes are we on? I do like to check. I do like to sometimes check. So right now, only 56 likes. I'm a bit disappointed. Let's have a look. Let's see how many are subscribing today. Guys, thank you genuinely for watching my preseason content. Hope you're enjoying the show. We're going to talk more about City United. We're going to talk more about some of the preseason games today because there's been a load. And then, yeah, what I'd love to do is some sort of recap. Maybe tomorrow of all the preseason games because there's a load going tomorrow. I think the Arsenal and Liverpool, they're playing tomorrow. It might be. In terms of the poll, this poll, Smith-Rowe is winning hands down. Like, you're all looking at Smith-Rowe, maybe Bobb. Minty and Elliot. Sorry, Gucci. Elliot's not getting the love. Thanks, Holly. Says, let's get Gianni to 20k. I would love 20k by game week 1. I don't know if it's possible, though, game week 1. Like, that's 500 subs in the next week. That's asking a lot. But maybe we can do it. Oh, thanks. New subscriber here. Yeah, Chelsea do play. Chelsea play someone good tomorrow. Inter. Of course, they play Inter. Bobb could stay in the 11 a while because Foden and Bernardo, I think, are both better centrally. And Bobb's the best on the right at the moment. Right. Smith-Rowe and Bobb are going to make it through to the final. Can someone remind me that? Now I need off-course help to say who I said I was going to keep in. We're going to do a new poll. Smith-Rowe and Bobb are into the final. Now it's time for semi-final 2, right? So we're going to do best budget mid. And we're going to start with Brett. I can never spell his first name. Brereton, isn't it? Brereton. Diaz scored for Southampton on his debut pre-season. I don't know if we put Ahmad in. We definitely put Murphy in. We definitely put Rodgers in. So do we go Ahmad? There's still loads more. That's how good it is. That's how many options there are. Yeah, let's go for those. So Smith Rowe and Bobb made it through. Who's going to join him in the final? I think you're all going to vote here. Rod, I don't know. Oh, Justin Clive on pens. Interesting. Hudson-Odoi does miss out. He's not Brazilian. Bobb is Norwegian. Oscar Bobb is Norwegian. And with that in mind, guys, don't underestimate the link up between Bobb and Haaland. Genuinely don't underestimate the link up between Bobb and Haaland. Pre-season, it's looked really good. Really good. Yeah, he's not Brazilian. That's why. Right. Who's winning? 64% of you are looking at Rodgers. Murphy comes out second. Okay, I think we might have ourselves a final. Rodgers is getting a lot of attention. I'm a bit surprised by that. I do think he'll start, but I do think they'll buy. Like they're being linked with players like João Felix. Okay, who's going to win between Diaz and Murphy at the moment? Yeah, I think Murphy's going to edge it. Okay, yeah. 18% to 13%. So, Murphy, best budget mid final is Rodgers. Then we're going to do Murphy. When I'm doing this, guys. Oh, wait. Yeah, get any questions you've got in. Murphy, who are the other two? Smith Rowe, who I think is going to take the crown, and then Bobb. It is worth noting, Bobb is 5.0. Smith Rowe is 5.5. I'm pretty sure Murphy's 5.5. I'm just going to check that. Rodgers is definitely 5. Let's just check the price of Rodgers. Sorry, of Murphy. I think he starts on the right-hand side. More returns for Murphy. Yeah, 5.5. He'll lose his place eventually, though, won't he? Good goal today for Smith Rowe. I tweeted it if anyone wants to see it. Yeah, Longstaff as well. Although, look, it's worth remembering, Tonali is fit again. Tonali's ban will be lifted in a matter of days. Is Kwanzaa going to be a starter? I think he actually might start the season. It's him or Konate. It's a bit of a coin toss. But Kwanzaa is a little bit better with the ball. And we know Slot wants to play out from the back. I think regular's too hard. But will he start the season game week 1? And can he keep the spot if he keeps playing well? Yeah. Guys, Smith Rowe is ever so popular. 47%. Yeah, it's fair. Look, if money wasn't an issue, I'd go Smith Rowe over Bobb. But that 0.5 for me means I'm going Bobb, I think, because I've only got 5 million. Rodgers 5, Murphy 5.5. At the moment, for the silver medal, let's go with the Olympic theme here. Bobb is getting the silver. Rodgers is getting the bronze for England. Smith Rowe wins it for England. Sorry, Team GB. And Bobb's got, you don't see Norway getting many silver medals in the Olympics. Well, Bobb probably takes the silver medal there. Your mini league cheat code. Oh, I hope so, Carl. Let's hope I have a good season then. Bruno Fernandes. Guys, what do we think? The fixtures are good for Man United. Who's got a Man United player in their draft? There's a poll. Who has a Man United player in their draft? Will you own a Man United player game week 1? If you do, there's a good chance it will be. Yeah, a lot saying no. I think I prefer Muniz just, but there's little in it. Although the 0.5 might. Yeah, United Easy Award. Not everyone's being cheap with Haaland. He's only like 40% owned. That means 60% aren't owning him. Watkins, Isak, Palmer, all higher owned. Yeah, never, says Gucci, in terms of Man United player. 72% of you are not looking. Only a quarter will have a Man United player, by the looks of it. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I think I'm with you. Like, I've not even really looked at buying a Man United player. I do like Bruno as a pick. I do like Bruno as a pick. I just don't have necessarily the money. But Bruno is a great pick. There's no doubt about it. He has penalties. He could be playing false nine at times. Bruno is clearly a very good FPL option. He probably, I think it's safe to say, always has been. Let's see what you guys are saying. Carvalho, yeah, Brentford. Yeah, not one for me, but yeah, we don't know if he'll be straight in the 11 either. Bruno hasn't left my team since it launched. Someone to cheer on at Fest. That's a fair point, Kev. If anyone is coming to Fantasy Football Fest, I'm presenting it next Friday in London, in Vauxhall. Tickets are still available if you want to come along. I would love to see you. And if you're a YouTube member like Kev, you shouldn't be paying for a ticket. Let me know and I'll get you on the guest list. Bobb or on Kunku game week 1? That's a really tough one. I personally think probably Bobb if we think he's starting, but I don't know. I don't know. I might end up in Kunku just because then I've got one of each because obviously I'll have Haaland. That's very nice of you, Off-Core, about sharing the stream. Nigel's in. Hey, Nigel. Garnacho looks class. Yeah, I mean, he does, doesn't he? What do we think of Garnacho in FPL this year, guys? No one's really been talking about him as an option, and he's still come in at a good price point, I think. 6.5 from Man United. Like, I know he didn't start today, but Garnacho is going to be starting games. He'll start game week 1. He was super good last year. He's a great option, Garnacho at 6.5. When we look at these Man United fixtures, don't think about do they win the game, right? Just think about do they score goals? Do they score versus Fulham at Old Trafford? Yes. Do they score away at Brighton? I think probably. Liverpool at home, I think they probably score. Southampton away, they score. Palace away is a tough place to go. A bit like Brighton, then maybe that's a tricky one. Spurs at home, they score. Like, 6.5 is not a lot of money for a player of Garnacho's quality in front of goal. In terms of shot volume, he's right up there. Like, shots per 90, there won't be very many midfielders. Probably Salah, one or two others maybe that edge him, maybe Palmer. But Garnacho racks up the shots. Bruno played well today. Yeah, he did. A lot do have Bruno. And from the 26% own a Man United player, I'm guessing we're all on Bruno. Willie's from South Africa. Do you think Solanke will start for Spurs game week 2? Dude, I'm changing what I said yesterday. Since that, Postecoglou's been quoted saying about Mickey van der Ven signing and going straight in the 11. Knowing the deal's been done today, he'll be training with Spurs on Monday, maybe tomorrow. Guys, I think Solanke could start. I think Solanke's going to be in my team. Let's do a poll about Solanke, shall we? Genuinely, I think Solanke's going to be in my team now because I think he will start, which is a scary thought. Will Solanke start game week 1? Remember, Spurs Leicester's on the Monday night. Extra 2 or 3 days on some of the other teams. Solanke will be training on Monday. That is 7 days from his... I think he could start. He won't play 90 because I don't think he'll be fit enough. His last game was 25th of July. But I think he starts. And if he's starting, guys, against Leicester, who don't look great. Yeah. Nigel will be at Fest. Nigel, I'm guessing we've met at Fest. Can you make a point of saying I'm Nigel the Crab so we can chat? Thanks, mate. I'd love that. And I'm so glad you're coming to Fest again. 3rd year on the bounce. Holly can't come. Gutted. Nigel is a regular on Holly's channel and one of her mods as well. So, yeah, thanks, Nigel, for coming over and sharing the love. The problem is the assets that play better fixtures. I get it. That is one of the problems with Garnacho. It's a done deal then. Yes, Solanke is a done deal. In terms of my team, Solanke and Bobb are in. Guys, I put Solanke and Bobb in my team yesterday. If you were on my stream yesterday, you would have seen that. I don't want to tinker with my team, though. Brilliant. Walked me sideways. Solanke made my team even if he gets... Yeah, like, he's going to get minutes, isn't he? There won't be leaks for Solanke, but maybe there doesn't need to be. Maybe there doesn't need to be. Yeah. Gantz Wood, you're talking about my FPL wife there. Steady on with the language. But she is pretty. You're quite right. Bobb will be out by game week 3. Maybe he will be. But we're talking about an 8th attacker, guys. We're talking about an 8th attacker. I'm just going to go back to Bobb's average position because I love it. Haaland was a little bit deeper today than you expect. Like, it looks like a Harry Kane heat map. No way. Was there a fake Nigel the Crab? That is wicked. Love that. So, guys, how are we all feeling about Solanke? Because I am blown away by 71%. 71% of you think that you will start Solanke game week 1. That's big. Oh, God. Of course, Kulusevski's just scored. Honestly. Kulu playing number 9. He is a good pick. And he's going to be on the right-hand side. Yeah, Spurs are beating Bayern. By the way, in terms of that Spurs lineup, firstly, I should mention I'm still going Son. Porro's at right back, Dragerson, Davies, Spence along the back 4, Sabasuma, and then it's Madison, Johnson, Kulu, Son. Yeah, it's a good attack. What we could see is Kulu playing on the right, Johnson central. Johnson bench. Solanke was introduced to the crowd, which is pretty cool. Solanke's going to be amazing at Spurs. He suits the profile so well. I do think I'd have preferred Tony if I was a Spurs fan, but for the future, like Solanke's younger, yeah. Let's have a look at some comments, guys. If you've got any questions, do let me know as well. Likewise, guys, I would love to hit 20k subs. You can help me get there. Not today. It's not going to happen today. I'm 500 off. But if you fancy hitting that subscribe button, that'd be wicked. I know loads of you are watching aren't currently subscribed. So if you fancy it, that'd be nice of you. That'd be nice of you. And if you're already subscribed, likes. Also, the notification bell is big on YouTube. Like, don't underestimate that notification bell. You can hit it. You can be alerted every time I go live or have a video. Let's have a look at some of your comments, shall we? Good question. Who's on pens for Spurs? I'd be surprised if it's not Son. I'd be surprised if it's not Son. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Son's a better asset. Yeah, the Kulu goal. Thank you for bringing up to date with the goals. Coming to the idea of Jota. Now, Jota is the player I don't have that I really, really want. Because I can only have Jota or Anthony Gordon. And Anthony Gordon yesterday only played 45 minutes, but in that time he looked electric and he scored a very good goal. Solanke versus Meniz. Yeah, I mean, personally, Solanke. Just because he plays for a team that will score more goals, I think. Oh, there we go. Of course, says hit a like, sub, hit the bell, and consider becoming a member. You can become a member if you fancy. All you got to do is hit the join button. Nigel the Crab became a member yesterday. Of course, a member. You'll see my members in the chat because they all have a little picture of me. Yeah, soz about that, by their name. So as we go through the chat, like Lalex is a member. You can see Lalex is a member by the emoji icon. Holly is a member. Thanks, Holly, for being a member. If you haven't already checked out Holly's channel, by the way, do go and do that. Michael's a member. I'm dropping it member videos regularly. And if you want to be in the WhatsApp group and go one beyond, I'm going to be giving out £100 of value a month, I think, in my Ultras mini league. If you want to play my sleeper game on that, that's just for Ultras. Fabio's in. Buongiorno, Gianni. Happy Saturday. What's the deal with Gordon going to Liverpool? Look, he is a boyhood Liverpool fan. He's a boyhood Liverpool fan. Do I think he moves to Liverpool this window? No. I think we're good. 64% of you are going Solanke, by the way. Yeah. Interesting. Gvardiol average position wasn't too good today, was it? No. What happened a lot today was Gvardiol, it looked like a back three in possession because Rico Lewis was the right back and he drifts in. So number 82 there, Rico Lewis, which doesn't really look like it on this graphic, but what we saw a ton of was Rico Lewis in midfield. And with that in mind, Gvardiol's he's restricted. Also in front of him, he has Doku, who doesn't track back much. So Gvardiol at left back, yeah, he's going to be fine. They're going to get lots of clean sheets. But I don't know if he's one for me. Talk about Haaland. Guys, Haaland's still the best pick in the game. In a way, okay, here's a game. Without looking, no cheating, guys. What percentage owned do you think Erling Haaland is? Just put it in the chat. I'm going to play. I'm going to say he's... I don't know. I'm completely guessing. 41.2. I know what he's up. I know what he was this time last week. Guys, all put your guesses in and I'll look it up and tell you. No cheating. 47, 54, 44. At times last year, guys, Nigel thinks 40. Freddie thinks 37. At times last season, he was like close to 80. He may have even hit 80, you know. Well, this season, that's not going to be the case. And it's going to make for a way more interesting game if he stays around the 40% mark. No, he's nowhere near 60. He's around 40%. I don't know if he's north or south of it. You guys are probably on average guessing low to mid 40s. So keep your guesses coming in and let's have a look. We'll see who takes the crown. Haaland's ownership is, oh, wow. Let's see who got the closest. Guys, it's 42.8, which might make Lalex the closest. Oh, and Dan said 43. I went 41.2. So Dan and Lalex, I think, win £100. Joking, soz. Oh no, where did Gianni go? Was that quite good comedy value? Did I just go, someone wins £100 and then disappear? I think I did. And I didn't mean to do that. I do all of these streams on one very small MacBook. And I just, pressed the wrong button quite clearly. I froze. Oh, I froze. It was meant to be. In my picture, it wasn't even frozen. It was, I wiped myself off the screen. So gutted I didn't wipe myself off the screen on your screens. I just froze. Damn. So yeah, guys. Haaland. Yeah, Holly had 45. Where's Lalex's guess? 43% takes it. Haaland's 42.8% owned. Now, if he had scored today, he did score a penalty. If he had scored a few today, or even one, or looked really good, he'd be up at 50% game week 1. As things stand, he is going to increase on that, I think. But he might only reach 46. We're not going to see 70, 80% Haaland, which we would have seen, we definitely would have seen if he was priced at 13 million or 13 and a half. But at 15 million, yeah, fair play to FPL. They've done a good job with the pricing. I was actually speaking to some of the guys at FPL Towers that decided on the price on Thursday. I was doing the fantasy show, and yeah, it was really interesting. It was a huge discussion point for them, of course, this summer, and I think they absolutely got it right. Absolutely got it right. It makes for an interesting game. Semenyo, another 5.5 million option. Yeah, like Semenyo's fine. And Semenyo was a forward last year. He's now listed as a midfielder. Interesting that he actually could at times even play up front, like with now Solanke gone. I'm expecting, however, Bournemouth to buy. It is worth noting Justin Kluivert took the penalty today. They're playing at the moment, Bournemouth. Smith Rowe is a must. That could be a tad strong. Cam says Watkins, Isak, and Solanke up front. That does feel like it's going to... All right, new game. What's Solanke's percentage ownership? Whatever it is, it's going to shoot up. I'm going to say that. 15.9. What do you reckon? What is Solanke's percentage ownership? Guys, have a look. I will let you know the answer in about 15 seconds' time. I'm actually not sure. I'm a bit flaky on this one. I'm going to go just north of 15%. Just north of 15%. But I'm not, yeah, A lot are going with similar. Holly's gone 17.1. No cheating, guys. I reckon me, Holly, Adam, I think we're in the right ballpark. I actually owned him in my first and second draft, and I remember he was around 15%. This was at Bournemouth. Let's have a look. Solanke is, drum roll, please. No. Okay, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Let's see who's closest. I'm going to bring up who's closest. Oh, wow. Lalex has done it again. Lalex, are you cheating? 11.8%. 11.8. Now, Lalex is either sensational at price guesses. You're 0.2 off on both occasions. What do we think, guys? Is Lalex cheating? Yes or no? 0.2 off on both occasions. We'll give Always the W. Oh, do I need to refresh that? Hang on. How long's my... I probably had this browser open 24 hours. When was the last time I refreshed? Hell. Okay, I take it all back. He's 16.6%. Lalex, I'm so sorry. Of course you're not cheating. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. How long's my tab on Chrome been open? Wow. Has he really got... Let's assume 24 hours. It could be more like 4, 5, 6. Oh, it could be a week. Who knows? It's with me. He's gone from 11.8 to 16.6, potentially in 24 hours. Just off the back of the Spurs signing. No, guys, there's been no foul play here from Lalex. No foul play whatsoever. Because unless Lalex didn't refresh their browser for exactly the same time as me, just, yeah. It is a fun game, though. Let's do... All right, let's do... Okay. Right. Okay. This is a player everyone's got. Hasn't done anything in pre-season because he's not been playing. And he's still got good ownership. No, we're not going to do Eze. No, I think you'll all know Eze. All right, let's do Son. Son is a player that's in my team. Now, I know when I bought Son, he was under 10%. I think he was 9.2. That's what Son was when I bought him. And when did I put Son in my draft? What, 10 days ago? So, guys, guesses for Son without looking. I'm not actually going with 9.2. I think since I bought him, more have bought him because he looked really good again. I think I bought him one game before he looked really good. So I'm going to say I want to say like 15, but he's not. And the reason he's not is because Mo Salah exists and more people are buying Mo Salah. Guys, I'll tell you Mo Salah's ownership because it might help you. 35.9. I'm going to go 12.1 for Son. 11.3, 11, 10.2, 11.5. Okay, a lot are saying sort of 11 to 12. Let's have a look. He was definitely under 10% when I... Oh, okay. And the answer is, anyone got it bang on? Oh, you guys, Adam's Clyde. It's 11.2. Loads said 11.3. Let me just refresh my browser again. Has he gone up to 11.3 since we've been talking about him? That'd be amazing if he had. No, 11.2. Yeah, okay. Nice. Guys, what are we... Okay. Is more or less than 11% of us going to own Son? Solanke, 65% are looking at Solanke. Let's see who's going to own Son. I think it probably will be about 11%. Will you own Son? Let's do a poll. Game week 1. I reckon this is going to come out at 11%, you know. Ish. Oh, I can't even vote. So can someone put my yes in? Nigel, he's a proper differential. It's genuinely part of the reason. Genuinely part of the reason why I want him in my team. He's a proper diff. Guys, are you all, by the way, in my mini league? I guess you are, but if you're not, The code is on screen. Yeah, I should do that. I should go on my phone and do the likes. I get double likes. Quite a few of you are going Sonny. Interesting. Keep voting in the poll. When you're voting in the poll, guys, if you fancy hitting that subscribe button, that'd be way, way, way appreciated. Also, if you want to hit the like button, I would love you to hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. Pretty much, more likes means more people see the channel, I think. I don't know if it's quite a direct correlation like that, but it helps. And so far, we've hit 100 likes. Wicked. Wicked, wicked, wicked. All right. There's no need to like anymore. I just wanted 100. And Offcall, you're so good. Every time I do a subscribe or a like push, Offcall reminds me. Fest. And you're quite right. Fantasy Football Fest. Tickets are available if you want to see me in London with Nigel the Crab and a few others. Yeah. And you also, Offcall, remind me to plug channel memberships. If you want extra content or to support the channel, you can click the word join below the screen. Let's go full screen. Yeah, I'd love to get to 20k before the season starts. Well, if Solanke takes penalties, Son isn't going to be there. Yeah, Kofkin, I don't think Solanke will take penalties. I think Son will take penalties. Do you know what? That's our next poll. That's our next poll. In terms of records, they've got very similar conversion rates. 31% of you are going to own Son. Not so differential on the Gianni Batici chat. Love that. Love that. Let's end the poll. Who takes pens for Spurs? When both on the pitch. Guys, I'm not going to give you my opinion until you voted, but let me give you my opinion on this in about 30 seconds time. It's what I do, says Offcore. Need a mid-league for paid members. Nigel, you're right. Yeah, but how do I communicate that? I guess I could. Wait a sec. No, I don't. Yeah, okay. How do I police it, though? Let me think about that. I need to speak to Holly. Holly's always the person I go to for help. Best way to help this channel to get the algo after sub is to comment after the stream. There we go, CH. Thank you. Just comment anything. Just put a letter. Paid leagues are against the rules. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I think that, yeah. Wait a sec. Paid leagues are against the rules. What? So if I've got paid members, I can't have a mini league for them? We're not talking about prizes here, Holly. Or let me know. Let us know. Yeah, okay. You all agree with me. 72% think Son will be on pens. Now. Yeah, I'm with you, Nige. Yeah. Now, guys. Why would Solanke have pens? Son has got a good record. He's the captain. He's the talisman. Probably the highest paid player. He's the leader in that team. He ain't giving up pens, is he? I don't know. I'd be shocked. I'd be gutted if he gave up pens. Let's see. Look, we don't know. Solanke's the striker. I'd like to think Son still owns it, but it isn't a given. It isn't a given. I'm starting the season with Son because I love the first two fixtures. I love Leicester away for Son, and I like Everton at home too. I think they're two very good games. Yeah, who's the alpha? Who's the alpha? Quite right, Ganswood. Who's the alpha here? So yeah, I guess that's kind of my hot take on pens, and I think you mainly agree with me there, guys, which is good to see. I don't know. I'm not saying 100%. I do think he'll be on pens. Guys, in terms of a preseason roundup, my plan tomorrow is to go through all of the weekend action in one live stream. I'm looking at doing it at a similar time to now, tomorrow. What's my plan tomorrow? Yeah, okay. I need to check some kickoff times before I commit to a time. But I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to be doing a preseason roundup, I think, live. That'd be fun. Yeah, get some questions in if you've got any. Questions coming in, I hope. Guys, when you've got questions, this is a good excuse actually for me to tell you a little something about many of you would have heard of Sleeper. If you haven't heard of Sleeper, guys, I'm giving away an awesome prize. The prize is a PlayStation 5 in game week 1. Now, that's for those that are in my Pick'em League for Sleeper. If you're thinking, what is Sleeper? I've never heard of it. There's a link in the description, or you can scan the QR code on screen, right? Now, one person from my mini league in game week 1 will win a PS5. That could be you. All you got to do is predict the outcomes of the first 10 games in the Premier League. Will it be a Man United win, a draw, or a Fulham win, right? Will it be an Everton win, a draw, or a Brighton win? Just home away draw. I reckon a few will get 10 out of 10. Those that get 10 out of 10, it will be a destiny shot. It will be a spin the wheel. Or maybe there'll just be one person that gets 10 out of 10, or maybe no one will, to win the PS5. If you want to join my league, you can do so by scanning the QR code on screen. That downloads the app and you go straight into my league. It's Sleeper. It's awesome. I think you'll really enjoy it. There's also going to be season-long games and all sorts, and prizes, regular prizes. Not fully worked out how often I'm going to do prizes, but it's going to be loads of PS5s up for grabs. There's going to be a season-long prize, which is going to be worth like $1,000. It's a league. It's fun. Hope you enjoy it. I think you will. So yeah, check Sleeper out. All the links are there. So, did we get any questions? Minis or wood? No, can't answer that. You spammed too many times. Oh, Minis. Glad it isn't for Championship. Yeah. No, we're not seeing a template really, which is good. There are a few template players, like everyone's got Isak. The template front three, I think, is going to become a thing of Solanke, Isak, and Haaland. I do think we're going to see that. Gibbs White and Andreas from Fulham. Yeah, good. I like Gibbs White. I don't like Andreas. Fabio, there's a chance he leaves and Smith Rowe is playing higher up the pitch. Thanks, Brandon. 10 out of 10 on game week 1. You may as well play the lottery as well. Yeah. Well, what do you reckon, Nigel? I don't know. The games are a little bit more predictable game week 1. I don't know. There'll always be an upset. But let's say I've got 500 in there at the moment. Let's say I get to 700. 700 people. Someone's going to get 10 out of 10, aren't they? For me, it's just going to be Haaland. Son and Trent or Salah and Porro. Ooh. I mean, Son and Trent are in my team. Good questions. Carvalho, potentially a good option, but it's too soon, guys. It's too soon to go Carvalho. We don't even know if he'll be a starter. He should be at that price. Munoz or Solanke? Solanke. Yeah, Solanke. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I wanted to keep today's show short. So I'll be back tomorrow at a similar time. It could be 7:30, 8 tomorrow. So come on and join me around 8 o'clock tomorrow. So it's like 2 hours from now, but tomorrow for a preseason roundup. I want to wait till all the games are finished, and then I want to give you insight as to, well, everything I've learned. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow for another show. Thank you for joining tonight. On your way out, though, do me a favor. Comment, CH said, algorithm stuff. Like, but if you're new around here, please do subscribe. And I will see you for more content tomorrow. And to answer one final question, just Lewis Hall over Livramento, because Trippier does exist. If Trippier gets sold, Livramento straight away is the better pick. Guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.